where we started. Head back to the quarters. We've already cleaned out storage. And then find the president's office. What are you doing? Can't see any reason to go down here. Not picking up any Enclave bugs. Yeah. Head to President Eden. According to the map, that's where the front door. Where the front door is at the end of, wherever where it leads to. Well, you can't get out of Raven Rock. Oh, you missed this.
Cancel alert.
I guess it was nothing.
As I was saying, you can't get out of Raven Rock.
I guess it was nothing.
Retreating.
Oh,
Fall
ignore
back to
them.
regroup.
They're not shooting at you. Ignore her.
Help!
Her karma will catch up with her. Yeah, Enclave bugs ahead. Gun 'em down!
Possible threat detected. Cancel alert.
Trust the Enclave to equip their troops with substandard armor. And I see a bobblehead. It's the last one. At last, your collection is complete. I don't need to tell them that. So now we have a code that can activate the struct sequence. Well, we'll probably find out. In fact, I suspect what this Zax is. Meanwhile, the war room. Yeah, red one's Raven Rock. The one nearest is probably Fort Constantine. That's good. President Eden recalibrated those to recognize you as an ally. In fact, where is the President. Let's see if this computer can give you some insight.
Ah, face to face at last. It's high time we met. I'm quite pleased you were able to make it. The trip was not what I had intended, but serves as an adequate test of your abilities. Ah, but I have. I'm right here before you. How very open-minded of you. Kudos for embracing the reality of the situation, rather than railing against it. Let's get to brass tacks, shall we? There are some things I'd like to talk to you about. Our nation's capital is at a crossroads. The path that you and I choose here today will affect us all. I need you to act on my behalf to ensure that our country's future is secured. My abilities to influence the world are limited at this time. I alone can only do so much. You, however, may come and go as you please. You have a greater degree of freedom. Perhaps it's best if I explain why things need to change, and why I'd like you to act on my behalf. The good people of this country cannot regain control while mutation runs rampant through our land. My soldiers cannot stem the tide, nor can the cult you've come into contact with, this Brotherhood of Steel. Mutations like the super mutants and ghouls must be purged from our society, our world, before we can proceed anew. Where others have failed, I believe your father's work can succeed. The purifier your father helped create has the ability to provide clean water to the whole of this capital wasteland. With a simple modification, it can be used to distribute agents that destroy mutated creatures upon ingestion. In time, we could eliminate all mutations in the wasteland. At the same time, the good people of the world regain their health. I need you to make the modification necessary for this to succeed. In front of you will be a vial of modified FEV virus. It can be inserted into the control console for the purifier. Doing so will inject it into the water supply, and the purifier will take care of the rest. You just need the code to activate the purifier. Simple, isn't it? I understand. It's an unusual request, one I wouldn't make if it weren't of the utmost importance. Please understand that I cannot allow you to leave until you've taken the vial. Ah, yes, Colonel Autumn, my trusted subordinate. I'm sure you've noticed that Colonel Autumn and I do not see eye to eye these days. Figuratively speaking, of course. The good Colonel and I disagree on how best to approach the problem of the wasteland. He feels my methods are too extreme. He's allowed his humanity to cloud his objectivity. And now that he is publicly countermanding my orders, I can no longer rely on him. And so, I turn to you. I hope that you are able to see the larger picture, to understand what's at stake. And of course, if you're successful, there's a place for you in the Enclave. Perhaps you could succeed the Colonel as my confidant. And why would I do that, when I'm clearly the best hope for the people of the wasteland? Perhaps you're right. But does that really mean all this progress should be wasted? Destroyed? Yes, I suppose it is. Very well. You shall have your wish. Once you've left, I'll put an end to the Enclave. I cannot stop Colonel Autumn, however. That much will be up to you. I suppose, then, that this is goodbye. You'll have to see yourself out. I have preparations to make.
Hail to the chump. Yeah, didn't see that coming. I thought you were. Yeah, turn them against each other. And he's already making a start on blowing this place up. Although some of them are making an escape. You'll be dealing with them soon enough. Yeah, let the sentry bots do their work. There's a death claw on there. Under no circumstances release the death claws in here.
Have a nice day. Have a nice day. Have a nice day.
Lock's melted. Whatever, you're leaving anyway. Make sure you pick up anything you can use before you do leave.